The US military is entering a new era, and the weapons being developed in 2025 are straight out of science fiction. From hypersonic missiles and AI-controlled drones to invisible cloaking tech and space-based defense systems, America's arsenal is evolving at a terrifying pace. But are these futuristic weapons the key to dominance, or the spark of the next global conflict? Let's dive into the most insane military technologies the US is building right now. Hypersonic mayhem, the future of speed. When it comes to speed, the US isn't playing games. Hypersonic weapons, those that fly at Mach 5 or faster, are not just in development. They're in the testing phase, and it's getting real. The Air-Launched Rapid Response Weapon, ARRW, is one of the most talked about hypersonic missiles. Mounted on B-52 bombers, this beast can travel thousands of miles in minutes and hit targets before they even know what's coming. But here's where it gets wild. DARPA's Glidebreaker program is developing a counter-hypersonic weapon aimed at intercepting enemy hypersonic missiles mid-flight. Imagine a high-speed, next-gen missile-on-missile dogfight in the upper atmosphere. That's the level of precision and reaction time we're talking about. These weapons don't just rely on raw speed. They're also loaded with smart navigation systems, advanced materials to withstand extreme heat, and AI-based trajectory correction in real time. The Pentagon knows that whoever dominates hypersonics dominates future wars. And right now, the US wants to lead that race. DWs, America's laser-focused arsenal. Forget bullets. Lasers are the new hot thing, literally. Directed energy weapons, DEWs, are no longer science fiction. The US Navy's Helios system, high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance, is a prime example. Installed on Arleigh Burke-class destroyers, Helios can destroy drones, disable incoming missiles, and even fry the electronics of hostile ships. The Army's got skin in the game too. Their DEM SHORAD system, Directed Energy Maneuver Short-Range Air Defense, mounts a 50-kilowatt laser on a Stryker vehicle. It's like giving a tank the power to shoot down mortars, drones, and helicopters with a beam of pure energy. And let's not forget the Air Force. In 2025, they're pushing ahead with SHIELD, Self-Protect High-Energy Laser Demonstrator, a pod-mounted laser system that can go on fighter jets like the F-15 or F-22. The idea? Zap enemy missiles out of the sky before they get anywhere close. Laser warfare is here, and it's cleaner, faster, and terrifyingly efficient. AI-powered kill machines. Autonomy goes combat. AI isn't just for self-driving cars and ChatGPT, it's rewriting battlefield dynamics. The Autonomous Ground Vehicle (AGV) programs are churning out AI-driven tanks and robots that can scout, decide, and even fire without a human pulling the trigger, though there's still debate over how far autonomy should go. Enter loyal wingman drones like the XQ-58A Valkyrie. These unmanned jets fly alongside piloted aircraft and carry weapons, perform reconnaissance, and even sacrifice themselves if needed. And they do it all with minimal human input thanks to advanced onboard AI. But it doesn't stop in the sky. The DARPA Offset program is working on swarms of hundreds of AI-controlled drones that can overwhelm enemy defenses, jam comms, and destroy targets with shocking coordination. These systems learn from each other, adapt mid-mission, and can be deployed by troops on the ground with a tablet. This isn't just the next generation of warfare, it's a total shift in how war is fought. With machine speed and human strategy combining, the US military is building an AI army that can think, adapt, and win. Railguns, the return of electromagnetic carnage. Yeah, we know, railguns were supposed to be dead. But guess what? They're not. In 2025, the US Navy is quietly reviving interest in next-gen railguns, especially with breakthroughs in energy storage and barrel durability. These weapons fire projectiles at up to Mach 7 using pure electromagnetic force. No gunpowder, no explosives, just raw kinetic energy. The damage? Absolutely devastating. One solid hit can sink a ship, destroy a hardened bunker, or knock out critical infrastructure from hundreds of miles away. Why bring them back now? Simple. Batteries and capacitors have gotten better. The Navy's working with contractors to reduce the footprint, manage barrel wear, and make these weapons ship-ready. Plus, with China testing their own railguns, the US isn't about to be left behind. Even if they don't make it onto warships tomorrow, the R&D behind railguns is pushing other tech forward, like ultra-fast power systems and hardened electronic components. It's not just about the weapon anymore, it's about what the tech unlocks. Biological defense, super soldiers, and genetic shielding. Okay, this is where it gets futuristic and just a little freaky. DARPA is knee-deep in biotech innovation, and they're not just building weapons, they're enhancing humans. The biostasis program is working on slowing biological processes in soldiers to buy time after traumatic injuries, kind of like hitting the pause button on death. Then there's gene drive technology, which aims to counter enemy bioweapons by altering the genetic makeup of pathogens in the field. Think CRISPR in combat. If an enemy releases a virus, US troops might one day be able to deploy a counter-virus that neutralizes it mid-spread. The Army is also experimenting with neuro-enhancement wearables, helmets and visors that don't just offer AR overlays, but also sync directly with a soldier's cognitive state to enhance reaction time, reduce fatigue, and keep focus razor-sharp in the field. We're not talking Captain America here, yet, but with the rapid advancement of bio-integrated tech, the line between soldier and machine is getting thinner, and in 2025, those lines are starting to blur in serious ways. Next-level stealth and space-based warfare. Stealth isn't just about radar evasion anymore. The next frontier is infrared invisibility, sound masking, and even visual distortion. The Air Force is testing materials that can absorb a broader spectrum of light and heat signatures. This could make bombers like the B-21 Raider practically ghost-like, not just to radar, but to thermal and optical sensors too. Meanwhile, the US Space Force is rolling out capabilities that used to sound like Star Wars. We're talking about orbital weapons platforms, jam-resistant satellites, and kinetic interceptors that can strike enemy satellites without creating debris clouds. There's also serious work on microwave weapons launched from satellites, capable of frying enemy electronics from orbit without a visible trace. Space isn't the future battlefield, it is the battlefield. And in 2025, the US is pushing hard to dominate it with weapons that operate far above traditional airspace. Every satellite launch, every orbital maneuver, it's all strategic positioning for wars that may never even touch the ground. Underwater dominance. Subsea tech gets scary. The ocean has always been a battlefield, but what the US Navy is developing under the surface is next level. Extra-large unmanned undersea vehicles, XLUVs, like the Orca, are autonomous subs that can run long-range missions without human crews. They can lay mines, gather intel, or sneak into hostile waters with near-total stealth. Then there's Project CETUS, focused on building next-gen underwater drones with advanced sonar evasion, deep-sea endurance, and lethal payloads. These systems can lurk undetected for months, waiting for the perfect time to strike. The US is also investing in undersea wireless power grids, allowing these vehicles to recharge without ever surfacing. That means near-endless deployments and total unpredictability. If you thought silent killers were scary before, wait until they never have to come up for air. The human weapon interface, mind-controlled machines? Sounds like sci-fi, right? But brain-machine interface, BMI tech, is being tested by the US military in 2025 for real-world applications. DARPA's next-generation non-surgical neurotechnology, N3 program, is developing non-invasive headsets that allow soldiers to control drones, weapon systems, or robotic limbs just by thinking. Imagine calling in a drone strike or maneuvering a robotic dog through a minefield with nothing more than your thoughts. The latency is getting lower, the bandwidth is increasing, and battlefield integration is on the horizon. On top of that, the Army is looking at augmented cognition systems that can assist decision-making under stress by predicting emotional and mental overload and adjusting mission parameters accordingly. This isn't just about firepower, it's about control, awareness, and reaction time. If you can think faster, you can win faster. And in 2025, the US is betting big on turning soldiers into living command hubs. The battlefield of tomorrow won't be fought with bullets and boots, but with autonomous machines, lasers, and algorithms. As the US pushes the edge of military innovation, one question remains: are we ready for the consequences? If this peek into the future stunned you, hit like, subscribe, and let us know. Which of these weapons blew your mind the most?